Well, Yahoo Finance is taking a closer look at the Magnificent Seven and what investors should keep in mind with the biggest names in tech. Today, of course, the focus is Apple. Reports last week of China banning government employees from using iPhones at work sent shares of the company spiraling. They saw $200 billion slashed from its market cap in 48 hours last week. More on the future of Apple. Yahoo Finance senior reporter Allie Garfinkle has been watching all the action. Hey, Allie.
Hi, Rochelle. There are no shortage of headlines coming out about Apple right now, right? You've got the iPhone bans, you've got the launch of the iPhone 15, and beyond that, you have slowing growth, supply chain shenanigans. Apple has everything right now. But in the midst of that kind of chaos, I think it's a really good time to zoom out and say, what's really going on with this company? Long term, what are we really looking at? And one of the things that keeps coming up over and over again as I talk to these Wall Street analysts is, though no one has doubts about Apple being a fantastic company, there are doubts about what kind of company it is. Now, what do I mean by that? Essentially, it amounts to this question: is Apple a growth stock or a value stock at this point? And it's complicated. Apple's in this transitional moment, right? They are the largest company in the world. They are an almost $3 trillion company, and they are a tech company. So there is unequivocally this premium on growth from management. That said, that growth hasn't really been happening, right? Look at last quarter, right? Apple's Mac sales declined by about 31% versus last year. Total net sales slid about 2.5%, and revenue fell for the third straight quarter. And remember, iPhone sales account for half of that revenue. So the question about Apple really is, where is the next phase of growth going to come from? There are a couple of ideas. Emerging markets is one. India is a place Apple has invested substantially in. Some people would say China, even though that's an incredibly dicey thought at this exact moment, I would say. The other one is the AI wave. Some analysts absolutely believe Apple is set up to ride the AI wave. They have invested in conversational AI increasingly, reportedly, but it is still early days on both counts.
So then when we're sort of stuck in this value stock versus growth stock conundrum here, then what should investors do with Apple stock right now?
You know, there's no one size fits all, Rochelle, and Wall Street is relatively bullish, I will say. Currently, the analyst Wall Street recommendations break down to 35 buys, 14 holds, and 4 sales. But for you out there, if you're thinking about buying Apple stock, I sort of have a question for you, which is, what do you believe will happen next? Do you believe they've just gotten too big and growth will have to slow from here? Or do you think they'll be able to ride that next wave? We've seen that legacy tech companies can do it. Microsoft certainly has this year. I want to read to you something that one of my sources said to me because I thought it was a really smart framing of this opinion. Are you paying for their dominance? Are you paying for their staying power? Or are you paying for their growth? Those are all different calculations. So I ask you, if you buy Apple, what are you paying for?
Indeed, got that metaphysical question there, and also obviously a question that a lot of investors need to figure out for themselves, and sort of what the long-term vision is for Apple. There you go. So you get me. Our very own Allie Garfinkle. Thank you so much.